Hi everyone, it's Autumn from Sew Paper Paint, and today I wanted to share with you a new junk journal that I've made. Now quickly, I'm going to remind you of my last video where I completely altered the cover of an existing hymnal. You can definitely check that out on my YouTube. But today I've made a new journal where I removed the spine of a Reader's Digest and added in some cloth. And the problem that I had with this journal was I made the spine way too big. So I had to go back and do some reworking. I'm going to show you how I fixed that. But I did adhere the fabric on the inside. I did 2 layers. I stitched the fabric together and then I added some glue and also these grommets to hold everything in place. And so then I stitched my signatures. This book has a total of 4 signatures, but they were just too flimsy, and it's still a little bit has some give. Let's just leave it at that. So I'm hoping that my friend Barbara that I made this journal for will be able to fill it full of more stuff and give it a little bit of heft. But I would say it's pretty chunky at this point, but in the future we definitely don't need a 4-inch spine for our junk journals. So you learn as you go. But I did a tinting to the cover, which was originally pink. And then this was some really favorite fabric that I've hoarded for years. So I filled it with paper doll and some tags and lots of papers from my collection, vintage, a little bit of scrapbook paper also, and some printables and handmade paper. But the way that I was able to fix the thinness was to go back in and add all these little tuck elements, and a lot of them I adhered with like this one has a binding clip. That was the only binding clip that I used, but I did that on the front page. And I just added some book pages where my friend can write, and she can definitely add elements to these little envelopes and things. Like this was a book that I just thought was so sweet, so I added that for her as just a little special note to find. And then again on some of the pages I just added more paper just to give her more, because she's actually going to use this for writing, and so she requested it for that purpose. So lots of pockets and clips where she can continue to just fill this with her personal mementos throughout her journey. So again, this was a thick card that helped a lot. I gave her a rusted chipboard letter because my friend in particular loves rust. I mean, just absolutely has a passion for rust. And I did use this paper a lot because it was a journal of my mom's, and the paper was just old and I liked it a lot, and I thought she would. And this little piece is actually a grocery bag from a local bakery, so I thought that was pretty cool. And some old postcards. She loves bees, and this was one of the pages with my mom's handwriting, so I thought my friend would appreciate that little bit of something from my mother as well. And here is the handmade paper that I purchased and was able to tear it down to the right size. I used that on the owl book also. And I'm not sure what this was, some sort of fancy paper from a boutique that my friend had actually given me, so it was fun to include it back in her journal. And this was some early stamping. My mom had made a bunch of these envelopes, so I thought that would be a really sweet touch to add. And all sorts of printables. And this was from my Creative Market subscription, and it is just an envelope with some decorative paper. So she can fill that with notes, hidden notes. Love the hidden note concept. I did add a little bit of crocheted lace. And I just love how that sort of hangs over in the finished book. And a tag and some more of that pretty paper. And this was a a hand-carved wooden stamp from India. And some music. Music is a great filler for your junk journals. This was Prima Marketing scrapbook paper. And originally I was going to keep the cover pink, but I went back and changed it. So some of these brighter papers were to coordinate with that pink cover. So I just added this piece to sort of tone it down and a little more contrast. I'm sure she can go in and ink and add her own grungy touches to further make the book coordinate. And a little paper bag from my friend Teresa. Just such a cute little element. And then there, that's the end. So it's definitely not perfect. It is a junk journal, but I think you can see how I was able to salvage it. And I hope that it gives you some inspiration just to keep going with your own work. Because you never know. I just really am pleased with the end result, and I hope that my friend will be also. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.